Hello everybody, this is Loki and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on the trial here. How did the investigation go, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes, a defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is held to trial because they're suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. You remind me a lot of Mia, but there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna need a lot of that. My first trial without Faye helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there, so I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in the courtroom since the trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceeding today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of those around me might say. The judgment made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office locked. Wow, he is much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Ezra. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-off coin? Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar? I never eaten caviar before. The judge is really whipping it down. The first time trying it, though. And for you, have a fiesta bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? You, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's too early for lunch. Name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. So tasty, it hurts. Oh, I thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like anyways? I know, right? I'm trying curious now. Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up already, sir. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth said to the court, I'm a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was the first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective? Ah, huh. I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up, Crane Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Who is this lady? If I might have the correct attention over here. Parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drag the body out. One thing though, if they're gonna park in that little area there, how did they get out? And how did they get in there? That's my question. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Witness, did you see at the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, does it? One with the right? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. Seems like that poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your verse, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? See what she has to say. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something, perhaps with my finally home detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor stand in the garnished car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she fetched the pony knife, tapping the knife into the detective's luminous chest. Bringing a lunchbox to her boyfriend, how touching. As you could see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of her testimony seemed to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Should I tell him to cross-examine her? How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. Eventually, these uninformed opinion is duly noted, given that they are used in erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Well, enough for detectives, that means too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Star, do you have something personal against prosecutor? I felt that I had not found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Why can't she just be a detective elsewhere? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I'm a pro. As you know, my testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well. You may continue, Miss Star. Boyfriend, he's a detective? No, not that one. The security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicant. Is she the type of girl who is with one person and both sides actually like go on dates with like other people. I forgot the name of it. Like I have no problems with that as long as they're happy. So, but it sounds like she is in that kind of relationship. Like be with one person and like an open relationship type thing. I think that's the word. That's probably what she's doing. I'll stick with the limited length. Note to self, judge had to think before replying. Security guard room is in the A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, you did bring your lunch boxes by car. It says I'm a visitor now, and I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime? By car, sure, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. With Edgeworth. Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, are you sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do whatever we can, even if we don't have any proof, we could always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutor is nothing more than warmed. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself for the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. Oh, you're like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. I believe I heard that tagline elsewhere. You could try plagiarism? I may be related to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snapped. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with the camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show you? A prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of Terminal Affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Oh, there's an unmistakably Lena Sky. So, what was the defendant doing at that time? Objection! And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. Why'd that sound like it could be good? Salmon swirl lunch? I'm sure that's a fine lunch. That's exactly what I'm saying. That sounds like it could be like very tasty. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of crime, is it not? Then why is this guy not holding a knife? With the Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever. Just look at his face. He's not amused at all. This is the face of... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's still stronger than your feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Objection! And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Then why is it on the car? If it showed the Let me see if I can take a look at the photograph. Can I take a look? Then why is it not all over the car? Unless it's like matching the car, but color, but why is it not everywhere else? And just on her jacket. Why is it not on the floor? Anywhere. That's what I noticed. What if it's like not the actual place? Huh? See the dark crimson stains in the prosecutor's coat? But the black and white photograph? Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem except you. Something told me you're the problem. Mr. Wright, are you trying to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? Oh, you got a better idea? Wait, that's what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. But it seemed that was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? And that look of shame, like, is that all you got? Really? Really? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering a jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in the photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? It was not premeditated. She would not be wearing those gloves. Well, he does have a point there. Those gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offense. Witness, add this to your testimony, please.
Objection!
Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Etcher's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. The defendant is prosecutor's best able. The defense has a request. We ask the witness provide accurate testimony. Was that rookie? In your testimony, you stated Lena Sky planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Order. Order! Great. Now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Ezra. Not Mr. Ezra, but the right. My sister's good as free. Not yet. Not yet. Too early to be saying that, lady. Right? I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is apple pie. What? You heard him? Humble pie! I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. This shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Ha. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seemed to care is the limp lady over there. The defendant, Lady Nina Sky, murdered the detective with a knife. That's the only thing that the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now? But you know as well as I do, she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing? I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw and not what you thought. How dare you! How dare you! My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Really? Nina Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had to run against the victim. Nothing else to drive that human machine to plunge and knife it in again and again. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like a premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the French make now trusting them and the witness. Okay, let's see. Fourth statement. Objection! You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to blood loss of a loss of blood from one stab wound. Ah, you're right. Good show, Miss Edgeworth. What a hunk he's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed it? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one should ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible. Like mistakes were made. So you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood on her breath. Blood or blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Let's see. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. This is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect would not wear a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be! Only a professional lunch lady would be utterly clueless. Congratulations! Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What? Was my objection chopped liver? But there was a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really. Well, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well, I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we can't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabbed the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. And we're gonna see and find out. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition off to her side. A cookie shot her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my early testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star resistance is futile. You are quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That is me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor, first of all. A cobra is kind of a snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman roar. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. Let's see. Quickly, we're close to the suspect. As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more detail? I'd like to see this on the floor plan just to be safe. The lunch lounge car was... She was on a visitor that she was parked on B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Star? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing. The castle trained lunch lady athlete, indeed. That would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have done my sister that fast. That's true. Oh yeah, the fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? Oh yes, I'm gonna rest her. 1, 2, 3. So you never saw this muffler? Witness? At the photograph proves she couldn't have seen it. That's true. Miss Star is acting strangely. First she mistakes a scarf for a blood splatter, and now she says she didn't see any scarf. She doesn't strike me as the kind of witness to make careless mistakes either. Just what did Miss Star see down in that parking lot? Oh, here it is. Mention the muffler, what exactly did you say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyways, I heard her say the word muffler. Just that one word. So what did you hear with the with talking to, but to someone else. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean. But by phone, you mean the cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory is like a salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the current didn't see, mister. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging up on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The things they do to please the rookie defense attorney. Oh, it's like different, it says. That's all on stuff. See where it's parking lot then. There it is. Mister, I have to conclude that your personal negligence misleading the sky. The witness is former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. But who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, mister, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain that? I do not know what you're talking about. You must with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plan, shall we? You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, is that true? You couldn't have plausibly seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at? The emergency phone was on the backside of this petition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? Yeah, I have one last one here after this. Simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. I try to claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness told the court. This is where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. Where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but was out of order. What's significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky use an emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least tell me, let me tell it. Let me ask you a question, charge lever wordsmith, but right? Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? Her now point to one direction. Take that! This is the only place where she could have seen. security guard room. Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot was well positioned. But it's built on the second floor, so you could see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. Witness not being part of the prosecutor's office can park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss R, how many years have I been in the better of men? The ticket of the table to be turned. Today a man has gotten the better of Angel's daughter. Order. Order. Witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty. Is she talking about Miss Sky? And Mr. Wright? Doesn't this strike you as odd? Why would this Miss Star lie? It doesn't make any sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk it without good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review. What we know. Miss Starr witnessed a crime for the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? It changed the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans is quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Mrs. Sky? Well, witness? You... Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunch is done from the low to inedible. I was bringing PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend? He was in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from Glasswall Station. Before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running toward the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. That's why I had to go through the visitors parking B block. That's part of the detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? How can you get there in 5 minutes? This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have a photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention. A spork. Remember sporks, guys? There's like a spoon and the fork in one. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Here comes the lunch stuff. With the right, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this?
Objection!
5 minutes between the witness scene of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in amount of time, if you like it al dente. I got lunchboxes that tie pasta into pasta knots, Ruggy. 5 minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instinct of a killer, you would run. But this time was different. Miss Guy dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. That's true. No real person would do that. Well then, it seems that we come to the end of this testimony. The witnesses agreed against the defendant and a blank in their testimony. The accurate is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated the witness and count her for professional history. We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the Safa train has been dethroned. And with that, the court is adjourned. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? The one that she tried to foist off me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Got anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have the decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Oh, triple ducker. Out of the ferns to the witness determination, I will allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. But like the Lunchland model says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull off her lunchbox this time? Okay, let's see here. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 taps of blood were found on the shoe. One of us was the victim, and the other blood type matched the defendant, Miss Lena Sky. This shoe proved it. It's flawless. That's a type of evidence. Yeah, that's like the only one thing that we couldn't see. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why was that first time I heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with the evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. You had blood tests performed? Can I mention? I have 3 boyfriends and for reference. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this evidence. What? You must know that 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You're looking pretty bad there, Edgeworth, buddy. Are you okay? Can't you at least study some evidence law, really? To the prosecution complaints? Notwithstanding, it appears that the evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another court agency witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like it your client choose enough hot water to make a whole pot of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or do not have a problem with the shoe? Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? Yep, there's a problem. If I'm not imagining anything, I said there's one critical problem with that evidence of pure contradiction. The gleam in your eyes? You're still young, rookie. I gave you a peppered fish gut now. But you can't take this heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright had to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? So that's the problem with the evidence. If you ever notice, there's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there's quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. Makes sense, the victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly contradict about the blood about the bottom of the shoe? Let's see. Take that! There's no blood on the ground? The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why aren't there any bloody footprints found on the crime scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of such footprints on the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edric? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order! Well, witness? What, huh? Great drawing, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There had to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why they're not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? What? I see, now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back when she told us about apprehending the suspect. She possibly tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. Knocked my hand aside and kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly at harder this one. A leopard woodland boar. I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edwards. Apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil jump tipped over by the chief prosecutor and was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason why she knocked it over? The real reason? You don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil jump for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstain that would become evident against her. Man, that ties up things quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil jump to erase the telltale signs. Boy, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Guy's right hand was hers. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed them? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe. Well, I see no reason to prolong the show. Mr. Wright, do something, please. What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime. And she tried to conceal it. But... enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. Angel Star is on the prosecutor's side. She could have been lying about the water. District find the defendant in the sky. Little girl. What did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the side of the prosecution? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying that my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox evidence? Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberation has passed. Any further comments will be held in contempt of court. Your threat, don't scare me, cough the cough up swing. Take a look at this. Photograph? I just had it in case that someone had the draw to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait. Take a look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Facing the last trace of doubt from the Kurt's mind. Immediately after murder, the crime scene was washed with water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this from the very beginning. And it seemed that this is what your sister wanted anyways. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not, don't be quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself off the asphalt and take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can I head down my verdict in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, last one submitted. The trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right, what are you saying? There's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I have to go ahead with this. I suppose we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright.
Take that!
The problem in this photograph is here. was this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Just wait a moment with the address. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of muffler defining kind in the photograph. A muffler is a part of on the car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system, a pipe. I see. Was that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? Huh. So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Objection! Oh, it does, alright. Sorry, mister, but it's not gonna be easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much as your testimony. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think there's a piece of plastic part of the case. Take that! A star. Recall your testimony for the court. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means that piece of cloth is vital evidence. Got her. We got her, guys. It seems we'll have to suspend the proceeding. I found myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car of the crime scene inspected at once. Bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. That was so close. But we made it, at least for now. The court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all. You still hungry? How many stomachs does this man have? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button below. And subscribe for more videos to come. See you guys later. Bye, guys.